Lake Winnipeg is a large 24,514 square kilometre lake in central North America, in the province of Manitoba, Canada, with its southern tip about 55 kilometres north of the city of Winnipeg. It is the largest lake within southern Canada's borders, and it is part of the most undeveloped large watershed of southern Canada. Lake Winnipeg is Canada's sixth-largest freshwater lake, and the third-largest freshwater lake contained entirely within Canada, but it is relatively shallow, excluding a narrow 36 meters deep channel between the northern and southern basins. It is the 11th largest freshwater lake on Earth. The lake's east side has pristine boreal forests and rivers that are being promoted as a potential United Nations World Heritage Park. The lake is elongated and is 416 kilometers from north to south, with remote sandy beaches, large limestone cliffs, and many bat caves in some areas. Manitoba Hydro uses the lake as one of the largest reservoirs in the world. There are many islands, most of them undeveloped. Hydrography. The lake's watershed measures about 982,900 square kilometers, and covers much of Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, northwestern Ontario, Minnesota, and North Dakota. Its drainage is about 40 times larger than its surface, a ratio bigger than any other large lake in the world. Given the massive watershed and the relatively small volume of water in the lake, it is dominated by vents in its watershed. It is not surprising to find it showing the effects of materials being added to it as a result of activities in the watershed. Lake Winnipeg drains northward into the Nelson River at an average annual rate of 2,066 cubic meters per second, and forms part of the Hudson Bay watershed, which is one of the largest in the world. This watershed area was historically known as Rupert's Land when the Hudson's Bay Company was chartered in 1670. Tributaries. The Saskatchewan River flows in from the west through Cedar Lake. The Red River flows in from the south and the Winnipeg River enters from the southeast. The Dauphin River enters from the west, draining Lake Manitoba and Lake Winnipegosis. The Bloodvin River, Berens River, Poplar River and the Manigatagan River flow in from the eastern side of the lake, which is within the Canadian Shield. Other tributaries of Lake Winnipeg include Melleb Drain, Drunken River, Icelandic River, Washoe Bay Creek, Sugar Creek, Beaver Creek, Mill Creek, Moose Creek, Fisher River, Jackhead River, Kinwau Bay Creek, Jack Pine Creek, Mantagao River, Solomons Creek, Jumping Creek, Warpath River, South Two Rivers, North Two Rivers, South Twin Creek, North Twin Creek, Saskatchewan Creek, Eating Point Creek, Woody Point Creeks, Musqueam Creek, Buffalo Creek, Fiddler Creek, Sturgeon Creek, Hungry River, Cypress Creek, William River, Belanga River, Mukutawa River, Crane Creek, Kapawekapuk Creek, Marshon Creek, Leaf River, Pigeon River, Taskapakawa Creek, Bradbury River, Petopeco Creek, Loon Creek, Sanders Creek, Rice River, Winnipegow River, Barry Creek, Much Creek, Sandy River, Black River, Sandy Creek, Catfish Creek, Jackfish Creek, Murray Creek, Broken Head River and Devil's Creek. Geography. Communities. Communities on the lake include Hut Beach, Leicester Beach, Riverton, Gimli, Winnipeg Beach, Victoria Beach, Hillside Beach, Pine Falls, Manigatagan, Berens River, Bloodvin, Sandy Hook, Albert Beach, Hecla Village and Grand Rapids. A number of pleasure beaches are found on the southern end of the lake, which are popular in the summer, attracting many visitors from Winnipeg, about 80 kilometers south. Environmental issues. Lake Winnipeg is suffering from many environmental issues such as an explosion in the population of algae, caused by excessive amounts of phosphorus seeping into the lake, therefore not absorbing enough nitrogen. The phosphorus levels are approaching a point that could be dangerous for human health. The Global Nature Fund has declared Lake Winnipeg as the threatened lake of the year. there for 2013. History: Lake Winnipeg and Lake Manitoba, remnants of prehistoric glacial Lake Agassiz. Although there is evidence of a desiccated south basin of Lake Winnipeg approximately 4,000 years ago, the area between the lakes is called the Interlake region, and the whole region is called the Manitoba lowlands. It is believed Henry Kelsey was the first European to see the lake in 1690. He adopted the Cree language name for the lake, Winnipeg, meaning muddy waters. La Vérendrye referred to the lake as Winnipeg, and when he built the first forts in the area in the 1730s. Later, the Red River colony to its south took the lake's name for Winnipeg, the capital of Manitoba. Lake Winnipeg lies along one of the oldest trading routes in North America to have flown the British flag. For several centuries, furs were traded along this route between York Factory on Hudson Bay over Lake Winnipeg and the Red River trails to the confluence of the Minnesota and Mississippi rivers at St. Paul, Minnesota. This was a strategic trading route for the First British Empire. With the establishment of the Second British Empire after Britain's loss of the 13 colonies, a significant increase in trade occurred over Lake Winnipeg between Rupert's Land and the United States. Transportation. Because of its length, the Lake Winnipeg water system and the lake was an important transportation route in the province before the railways reached Manitoba. It continued to be a major transportation route even after the railways reached the province. In addition to Aboriginal canoes and York boats, several steamboats plied the lake, including Anson Northup, City of Selkirk, Colville, Kenora, Premier, Princess, Winnetoba, Wolverine, and most recently the diesel-powered MS Lord Selkirk 2-passenger cruise ship. As depicted in Season 6 of the History Channel series Ice Road Truckers, once the lake freezes to a sufficient depth, it can be crossed by trucks hauling freight to isolated communities in Manitoba. Ecology. Commercial fisheries. Lake Winnipeg has important commercial fisheries. Its catch makes up a major part of Manitoba's $30 million a year fishing industry. The lake was once the main source of goldeye in Canada, which is why the fish is sometimes called Winnipeg goldeye. Common carp were introduced to the lake through the Red River of the North and are firmly established. Walleye and whitefish together account for over 90% of its commercial fishing. Gallery.